Welcome. Let's just start today with a quiet moment for reflection. I'd invite you to maybe consider this. What small area of your life could you begin inviting God into today? It's so easy, isn't it? We tend to look for significance in the grand gestures.
Yeah.
The big achievements, the major decisions, those mountaintop moments that feel so important.
Yeah, the dramatic stuff, that's where we think the real meaning lies.
Exactly. We save our big prayers, our deepest thoughts for the really heavy things. But what if? What if the divine, that a profound grace, is actually most present, most powerful, not just up there, but in the routine, in the quietest, maybe even the seemingly insignificant parts of our lives? There's a real comfort there, I think, a transformative comfort in recognizing that presence. And that's something we want to explore a bit today.
It really challenges how we often view God's attention, doesn't it? Like he's mainly focused on the big plot points of our lives, or maybe only steps in when there's a crisis. But the idea we're looking at today suggests something quite different. It suggests his love, his attention. It really extends to every tiny detail.
Every detail.
Every single one. Think about it. His presence isn't just for the weddings or the births or the big career moves. The truth is, he's right there in the middle of the daily routines.
Like the commute or making dinner.
Exactly. The commute, wrestling with a difficult child, fixing a meal, that quiet worry about a bill coming up, even just grabbing groceries. Nothing, really nothing, is too small for his attention. There's this divine significance, even in those moments we overlook.
Moments we think are unimportant.
Precisely. It's this idea that God actually delights in caring for you, even in those unnoticed corners, the parts of your day that feel, well, mundane.
So it's not just about big interventions.
No, it's about a constant closeness, a pervasive nearness.
And this isn't just a nice thought, is it? There's a scriptural basis for this understanding.
There absolutely is.
I'm thinking of Luke chapter 12, verses 6 and 7 give us this incredible insight. Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 pennies, yet not one of them is forgotten by God? Indeed, the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Don't be afraid, you are worth more than many sparrows.
That passage, if you really sit with it, it offers such a radical perspective on God's care.
Radical how?
Well, think about the sparrows. In that time and place, they were incredibly common, almost worthless creatures, monetarily speaking. 5 for 2 pennies, it suggests they were so cheap, you'd get the 5th one basically thrown in for free if you bought 4.
Wow, okay. So really seen as disposable.
Utterly insignificant in the marketplace. Maybe the cheapest food available, food for the poor. And yet, the scripture says emphatically, not one of them is forgotten by God.
Forgotten. That implies that more than just knowing they exist.
Exactly. It implies this meticulous, careful attention, remembering, even for the smallest, most common things he made.
So if that's true for sparrows,
Then the logical step is just profound. It becomes deeply personal. If God cares that precisely, that rememberingly, for creatures of such little apparent value, how much greater, immeasurably greater, is his care and his value for human beings?
for you.
For you, made in his image, capable of spirit, love, connection, and then it goes even further, doesn't it? The hairs on your head are numbered.
Such a tiny detail.
So minute, so personal. It speaks to an intimacy that's almost beyond our grasp. It really drives home the message of the incredible worth God places on each person every single moment, even when you feel overlooked or small.
It speaks right to that human need to be seen, to matter.
Absolutely.
And that's where it becomes less abstract, more
Yeah.
real. This isn't just theology. You see it play out. Let's maybe talk about some real-life examples that make this tangible.
Okay.
Consider a single mom, let's say in Ohio.
Yeah.
Just navigating that daily grind, constant financial stress, bills piling up, worried about late fees.
A familiar story for many.
Very familiar. And one day, this was back in 2023, she was walking this financial tightrope, and she feels this distinct nudge. A quiet but persistent feeling.
A nudge.
Yeah, telling her to check her mailbox a day earlier than usual. Didn't make sense. Mail always came at the same time, but something told her to go.
Okay.
So she listens, goes to the mailbox, and there it is. A check she needed, time-sensitive, arrived unexpectedly early.
A day early.
Just a day. If she had waited her usual time, she would have missed the deadline, incurred late fees she couldn't afford.
Wow.
And she said later, it was such a small thing. That's what she said. Just a check a day early. But for me, she said, it was this clear sign. God was in it, reminding me I wasn't alone in those daily struggles.
He saw her specific anxiety about the budget.
Exactly. Not some huge public miracle, but a quiet, personal intervention that spoke right to her situation.
That's powerful.
Or think about a retired teacher down in Florida
Hmm.
living on a very tight budget. And she had this practice, this consistent habit. She would pray over her grocery list.
Pray over the list itself.
Yeah, item by item, asking for wisdom, for good deals, just for enough. A real daily act of trust.
That's beautiful.
And in 2023, she started noticing things. Unexpected sales on items she really needed, things that weren't advertised or just seemed to pop up. Then one time, a neighbor just shows up unprompted with this big bag of extra fruit from their garden,
Just out of the blue.
out of the blue. And it was exactly the kind of fruit she'd been wanting, but felt she couldn't afford.
Wow.
She shared it later, apparently quite emotional, saying, "It sounds small, I know. It's not, winning the lottery or anything. But finding those sales, getting that fruit,"
Yeah.
she said, "felt like a hug from God."
A hug from God. That's lovely.
Yeah. It reminded me, he heard my quiet prayers over my list, she said. That he cared about those little details, like having enough fruit.
These stories, they aren't blockbuster movie material, are they?
No, not at all.
But for the people involved, they were deeply personal confirmations of God's care, bringing real comfort, real assurance.
Right?
And what's so striking is how these seemingly minor things, these quiet nudges, these small provisions, brought such profound comfort. They weren't just seen as luck or coincidence.
No, they felt intentional.
Right. Perceived as direct, practical signs of God's intimate involvement in their everyday needs. Which it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Wonder what?
Well, it raises the question for all of us listening. How often do we overlook similar moments in our own lives?
Good question.
You know, those quiet promptings we ignore, the unexpected little helps that smooth our day, the small coincidences that, looking back, seem almost perfectly timed.
We're probably too busy, or we just dismiss them.
Often, yeah, we're focused on the big picture, just caught up in the rush, and we write it off as chance. But what if? What if we cultivated more awareness? What if we intentionally started looking for these quiet acts of grace?
We might start seeing God's hand more often.
We might. We might start seeing how he weaves through the mundane. It's not about finding a supernatural cause for everything, but maybe developing a deeper spiritual sensitivity.
To the subtle ways
Yeah.
that might be present.
Exactly. Reminding us we're seen, known, cared for, even in the tiniest details. Shifting our gaze from just the mountaintops to the valleys and plains of daily life, too.
So thinking about the person listening right now, what does this all mean for you? I think it means really taking this to heart. Nothing in your life is too small for God's attention.
Nothing.
Not your quietest worry, not the boring details of your schedule, not even the errands you hate running. It's really an encouragement, isn't it? To trust God with
Yeah.
everything.
Everything, even the little things.
Bringing those worries about your kid's day at school, the frustration in traffic, the stress over your email inbox, your hopes for a tough conversation.
Even the grocery list.
Yes, even the grocery list. Bringing it all into his presence, it changes things.
It absolutely does. It shifts our view from a God who only deals with the big stuff to a God who's right there, involved in the very fabric of our lives, caring about what you care about, no matter how small it seems. And if we sort of connect this to the bigger picture, the main takeaway, I think, it's simple to say, but really revolutionary if you grasp it. If God sees the sparrows, he surely sees you.
He sees you.
Yes. And this isn't just about hoping for small miracles now and then. It's not about demanding interventions. It's more fundamental. It's about a shift in how you perceive God's presence. Constant, intimate, pervasive.
Always there.
Always there. It's really an invitation to deepen your faith by recognizing his nearness, not just in formal prayer times or at church, but everywhere, every part of your day.
From waking up to going to sleep.
Through all the tasks, the joys, the frustrations, the quiet moments, his love, his attention, they're present.
How does that change things practically?
Well, think about it. It can profoundly change how you deal with anxiety, how you approach difficult relationships, how you find meaning, even in routine work. It means you're never truly alone, never unseen, never unvalued, even when you feel insignificant to the world.
It turns the mundane into something else.
Potential encounters, it turns burdens into chances to trust his care. It's this ongoing invitation, really, to live with an open heart, seeing his presence woven into your everyday life.
That feeling of true connection, of being seen and known, it often starts right there, doesn't it? In the quiet moments. Recognizing that divine presence that's in even the most unnoticed parts of our day. So as we draw this to a close, let's come back to that first question, maybe with a fresh perspective now, a deeper sense of its comfort. What small area of your life could you begin inviting God into today? May that thought, that understanding bring you real comfort and a deeper sense of his constant care wherever you are on your journey.